What's up everybody and welcome to the channel. My name is Kayla Cosmos, and if you've been following me for a while, you know that I love Taiwan. In my mind, Taiwan is my unofficial home, and I would even say I think Taiwan feels more like home than the United States. Or at least that when I am in Taiwan, I feel more like I belong here than I do in my own country. My time in Taiwan started in 2020 and 2021, and since I left in early 2022, I have come back 3 times. So last year in 2023, I came back twice, and this year I came back again. So as you can see, I have a hard time staying out of Taiwan. When I leave Taiwan, there's this voice in the back of my head that's like, you need to go home. You need to go back to Taiwan. And like sometimes I literally cry because I'm like, I want to go back. Even though I am very happy in the places that I get to travel, there's just always something inside me that is nudging me to come back. And as you can tell, here I am again. And as I get older, as I've spent so much time traveling around, I do want stability. Like me being here in Xiaoliocho, this is the longest I've stayed somewhere in over a year, and oh my god, it feels really good. So as I have this kind of yearning for stability, one question in my head is, okay, where is that place going to be? Because I had this realization last year that I really cannot go back to the US and build a life. I mean, I technically could, but why would I do that? It just doesn't make sense for me to do that after I've been out so long and have seen how safe I can live, how much more healthy I can live. The US is not an option. So now in my mind, it's like, shit, where is home? Is Taiwan home? And the thing is, I still don't know that either. In trying to figure this out, especially because I would like somewhere to have a real base to stay at, I'm still having such a hard time to look at Taiwan and say, yes, that is it. But at the same time, there's nowhere else that sticks out. So I just want to share this dilemma that honestly has been in my mind for a long time. I'm going to start off with sharing the things that are keeping me from making that commitment. And I'm also going to share some things that might actually make me make that commitment. But let's start off with the things that are making me hesitate. Number 1 is the language. Now, I speak a little bit of Mandarin. I definitely speak enough to get around and do things and have small conversations and connect with people in a way that, I can't maybe connect with people in Vietnam or in Japan or in Korea. It really has made my life better here. But at the same time, if I were to move here, I can't stay at the level I'm at. I have to get good. I have to speak Mandarin like I can speak Spanish, okay? Si yo voy a aprender cómo hablar chino, quiero hablarlo como puedo hablar español así. I want to speak with no problems and connect with people with no issues. It's not that I'm not willing to learn the language, but I'm afraid that I'm going to have to put a lot of time into it, and then maybe I'll decide to leave Taiwan. Learning a language is definitely not a waste, but do I really want to commit myself to that? So I think that is the first thing that is keeping me from committing to making Taiwan my home, is knowing that I would have to enroll myself in language courses intensively to get to the point where I'd want to be at language-wise. The thing that makes me afraid, I guess, is maybe there's something else that I won't be putting my time into because I put my time into this, and maybe this won't actually be what I am supposed to be doing, if that makes sense, on my divine path of life. Next thing is, what if there's actually somewhere else out there? What if in the back of my head, I'm like, maybe I need to be somewhere else. Maybe I haven't yet visited a country that is actually going to be my home, or to at least feel like that home. Like I'm dreaming of visiting Spain, and I think I really do need to visit Spain and a few other countries, because maybe I am meant to stay in some of those places. Like maybe there's somewhere else that is out there that isn't Taiwan that I have yet to feel the same way about. So maybe if I visit Spain or some other country, maybe that place will give me the same homey feeling that Taiwan gives me, but I have yet to discover it. I think I still have to bounce around a little bit more. So there is also that. And number 3, this one is thinking for the long term. As we all know, Taiwan has its issues with China. China is consistently threatening Taiwan. And while there are some people that want Taiwan to be a part of China and hope that for the future, I would not hope that for the future if I were to stay in Taiwan. In a sense, I'm just like, but what if someday the Taiwan that I know it right now I mean, it's always going to change in its own ways, but what if someday it isn't even its own place? What if it doesn't have its own self-governance that it has now? I wouldn't say this is necessarily the main thing keeping me from committing myself to Taiwan. It's just something that is in the back of my head that if I were to really commit having a life here, it's more something that is just kind of in the back of my head. Like if I were in the position to make the commitment to learning Mandarin fully and, you know, really committing myself to building a life here, the thought of China would be like, I don't care, I'm gonna go for it. But at the same time, it is still something that is there, especially when I'm not ready to make the commitment in the other ways that I talked about. So now that I've shared my buts for why I haven't fully committed to Taiwan, let me share some things that I think would bring me here. Number one, a job offer that is not teaching English. Every time I'm in Taiwan, you know, I have opportunities because of my YouTube channel. I have also just like so many friends here, and like I feel like I'm just a part of this bigger thing, and I do see that there are opportunities for me career-wise that I could build if I really stayed here and I really learned Mandarin to a high level. I think if I was offered a type of sponsorship on a term, then I would be like, all right, let's go for it, like 100%. But right now that is not on the table, which is totally fine. I'm just gonna flow with it and see what happens. Another thing that might bring me back to Taiwan is a relationship. If that were to happen, it happens, you know, or that could bring me to a totally different country, right? At the end of the day, while I do present this as a dilemma, I'm gonna be honest, I'm okay with whatever happens. I still will probably frequently see myself in Taiwan because I know as soon as I leave, I'm gonna be like, oh my God, I need to go back to Taiwan, because it's just how I feel when I'm gone, you know? I've really learned how to just kind of go with the flow of things, and I feel like if you have to push a decision to happen, then maybe it's not meant to be at that moment. Despite the fact that I do think living here would be a good idea, I don't think forcing it is the right idea at the moment. It's not what's gonna bring me my happiness. This is something that I've spent quite a lot of time thinking about, and at the moment in time, I've decided I just want to let it go. And maybe those buts will turn into the reason that I do move to Taiwan and fully commit, you know, when I am maybe ready to immerse myself into Mandarin courses and really learn the language so I can fully like more integrate myself. And maybe as I spend more traveling, I will realize, okay, Taiwan is the place. And the third but here does not really apply. If I am pushed to move here for some reason and I'm ready to make that commitment, that's going to be on the back burner because I'm willing to take that chance. So in case you've ever wondered why I don't actually live here full time or have fully committed myself in that way, this is my story and this is the situation, and it's totally okay. I'm super excited to see how things fold out. And no matter what, once I leave Taiwan, my heart is going to be calling me back probably, because that's just what it does. I love Taiwan so much, whether or not it is my full-time home. So thanks y'all so much for watching this video, and I hope it has given some clarity if any of you have been wondering about my situation when it comes to living in Taiwan, visiting in Taiwan, like why am I always here? Maybe some of those questions have been answered if you have them. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.